Happy New Year's Eve, everyone. Happy New Year's Eve. We're getting down to the countdown of 2026. I don't know about you, but I am excited bringing in the new year. Hopefully, you guys are too. Thank you so much for joining my channel. Hope everyone is doing well. What a year! What a year to Candace Owens, Blake Lively versus Justin Bidoni, the disappearance of Shadishka in the DR, Charlie Kirk assassination on 9/10, Diddy's trial, Epstein, Democrat host files. The list goes on and on, you guys. And it's been a crazy freaking 2025. And a lot to discuss and a lot of things to end of 2025 and bring on into the new year. So here we go and let's go. Oh my gosh, where to start? So I wanted to start off with the whole Mitch Snow, the Green Beret veteran Army guy that went on Candace Owens' show a couple weeks ago before the holidays, and he was just giving his story and just giving a little bit of a background where he came from, who he is, and he stumbled upon a meeting that he was not supposed to be there, when he was only supposed to be picking up his records of what happened to him 35 years ago, like I explained in my previous video. And he stumbled upon, this meeting. The people in that meeting got really spooked, thought that he was some type of spy, and they interrogated him for 7 hours. And when they realized that he was not a spy, he was just getting his records, they let him go after 7 hours of interrogation. Now, it got a lot of people spooked at Fort Huachuca. A lot of people coming after Candace, coming after Mitch, trying to discredit them, like I said, and saying that he's a woman abuser, and his son that he haven't spoken to or had any relationship for the last 20 years. He went on Paramount Tactical, and his son was like telling Gary about how his dad is a liar, his dad is an abuser, and I'm just paraphrasing here. And he was never at Fort Huachuca, when he clearly did mention that his father was there, because the people from Huachuca, the intelligence base, they reached out to his son, and his son verified that, yes, my dad was there. So he actually outed his dad during the Paramount Tactic show, and it made Gary look bad. He didn't even did his own research. He just went on the base on the son instead of reaching out to the base and verify if Mitch was a Green Beret Army. So that is debunked, because he is, and he was at Fort Huachuca, and he's a Green Beret Army. And he does have a police report. It is real. And he sent this tweet to Candace, and I'm going to read to you what he messaged Candace. So this is little tiny. I'm sorry, it's small, but I'm going to read it through my phone, so I make sure I get every word in correctly. So Paramount Tactic, Gary said, He didn't direct anything. I was streaming when the question about Erika location on the 8th came up. So I texted Andrew to ask, but I accidentally said the 9th. Twisted it however you want, but no one expects the truth from you anyway. You're accusing Charlie's wife of his murder. Clearly, and I keep saying this, she did not. Mitch did not either. Mitch just said that he saw Erika Kirk and Gavin Phillips in that lobby, in that hotel in Camden Woods. That's all he said, and Candace Owens never ever said that Erika Kirk had any involvement of Charlie Kirk's murder. You see how they like to twist things, like I keep mentioning? Then he said, now you're accusing Andrew of another lie. He asked me not to share, and this is Andrew Colvett, actually. Well, it did say on the bottom of the text, don't share it. So you're lying, because it did clearly says that, and everyone can see that Andrew Colvett said, do not share this, and he accidentally shared it to the whole world on his podcast. So I believe Gary's lying, not Candace. So anyway, Continue on the picture, but I didn't see it. Him being the source, I'm on phone, sorry. Him being the source of the information was never the issue. Your abolishment of evil. Then Candace Owens respond back. Oh, my phone is just acting up. I just don't understand what's going on here. Okay, sorry, you guys. Let me just. Okay, there we go. We're just acting up. I just don't know why it's doing that. Okay. Candace Owens responded back, and this is on December 28th. You're lying and you're trying to cover for Andrew Colbert. Andrew was clearly texting you about the 8th. We can tell because it mentioned Charlie's Fox News hit. Charlie did not have a Fox News hit the 9th, only on the 8th with Laura Ingraham. So why are you lying? Why are you lying, Gary? You just got caught. You and Andrew Corbett got caught. And then Candace continued to say on her tweet on X, first they said he wasn't a Green Beret. That he wasn't at Fort Huachuca, and that the police report I shared was fake. Now they have oh, excuse me, I can't see this. Now they have been Begur, I can't even say this word. Now they have Begur admitted that he was a Green Beret and he was at Fort Huachuca, and the police report is real. Why all the panic and distraction? That is the $1 million question everyone is trying to figure out. Why the panic and the distraction? If none of this stuff is true and it's a bunch of horse shit, why even react? Why even respond? Why even dignify with the response? Obviously, something's triggered and it's freaking them out. Like I said, it's freaking them out and they're going crazy and they're going nuts about this. Now, I want to show you a video of a TikToker, and I don't know how she pulled up this report. It's a polygraph test that Mitch did, and it clearly indicates that he was telling the truth the whole time. I don't know how she pulled it up, and I'm going to reach out to her because I was trying to find it myself so I can share it with you. But she posted on her page, which I'm going to share with you right now. But it's just incredible. So everyone was just lying. And the thing is, the thing is that I have an issue with. They're trying to discredit him of facts that they couldn't prove. I mean, the discredit of his character opposed to facts. Like they say all these things that is not true, but they didn't present any facts. They're just trying to diminish his character, which is just utterly disgusting. You know what I mean? It's utterly disgusting. They go so hard on this man that is trying to do the right thing, that's risking his life and his family to tell the truth and tell his side of the story and tell what he saw in his own eyes. And everyone is just trying to attack him left and right, along with Candace Owens left and right. It's just ridiculous. Ridiculous. So I'm going to show you the footage. And then these two other YouTubers, like I said, Valhalla, Paramount Tactical. I liked it. I just wish I could say testicles, because that's what he is. He's just full of testicles of nothing. Like, he should have done his research. And now he looks like a dumbass. I'm sorry. He looks like a dumbass. He's going based on the Suns. He didn't question the base. He didn't verify anything. He's going about questioning the Sun that he haven't had a relationship with his father for over 20 years. So obviously he probably has some bitter what you call it? What's the word? Bitter issues with his father because they have no relationship. You know what I mean? Like, again, if I was an investigator, I'm not going to investigate the Sun. I'm going to go where he was at, the base, get the mega data, all that stuff. Make sure the police report is accurate, which it is. Everything is correct. So it just makes him look bad. You know what I mean? It makes him really, really look bad. But take a listen to this TikToker, and she mentioned about Mitch Snow.
Regarding the credibility of Mitch Snow, our witness from Fort Huachuca on September 8th and September 9th before the Charlie Kirk assassination. While there has seemed to be an alleged smear campaign at his direction regarding his personal life lately, as we can see now, There's two sides to every story.
Yes, and actually, I like to iterate. There's three sides to every story. There's Mitch's side, there's the son, and there's God. Okay, there's three sides to every story, and you can't just base on one person and just verify one person. You have to again do your research and investigate who's telling the truth, who's lying, or who's wasting your time. And apparently, they just wanted to, believe this narrative and just smear Mitch and smear Candace Owens when everything backfired on all of them, all the bozos who was attacking Mitch, who was attacking Candace. It all backfired. And then they're looking, and then Candace and Mitch, they're winning. They're winning. Like I said, she's playing chess. The rest are playing checkers.
Women from his past and an estranged son that he only met once when he was 2 months old have come forward on podcasts to give an unbelievable amount of allegations on Mitch. But as the saying goes, there are two sides to every story, right? And I have documents to prove it. According to this polygraph report from December 2023, Snow was accused of hiring people to unalive a judge, his estranged wife, Lene, and even his own son, Nathan. The verdict? He passed. No significant.
Well, look at that. He passed. So he's not a woman abuser. And everything that the question I was giving to Mitch, he passed. Now, I know a lot of people are going to say, well, he used to be in the Army and he could fake polygraph tests. Yes, that is true. A lot of people have ways to fake the polygraph test. But again, this man is not on trial, okay? He was given some questions. Question was given to him. He answered these questions and he passed. So that does debunk everything that people were saying about him. Okay, so he is a liable, credible Green Beret Army. The only thing we just cannot verify, and Candace Owens said it too, of his eyes, of who he saw on the 8th of September. That's the only thing we can't verify. And if he saw Brian Harpole on the 9th at that meeting. That's the only thing that we can't verify, okay? Everything else checks out. Everything else is true. So people should just let it go and stop attacking someone, and you just make yourself look more dumb and foolish, okay? We're ringing the new year, and just let it go. Let it go, because now you're just making everyone else curious about Fort Huachuca, because you're going so hard on these two particular people when you're losing. Everything that you're doing, you're losing, okay? And they're winning. So stop with the smear and stop with the nonsense, and then just let it go. Just let it go.
And physiological responses. The narrative being pushed online is one thing, but the forensic data in these documents tell a completely different story. So let me ask you this. If a judge found no evidence for his arrest, allegedly, and he passed a polygraph test on these exact claims, it begs to question, what do you think is really going on here? Let me know in the comments.
Yeah, what is really going on? Something is going on at Fort Huachuca. They don't want us to know. They don't want us to know. They're scared. They're scared, ladies and gentlemen, okay? Because if no one in their right mind will act like that if they're not frightened about something, okay? Anyone in their clear mind will just not even say anything, not even dignify with a response. But these people are going so hard on Mitch, and it's backfiring on them, and they look stupid. So it's just crazy to me. It's just crazy. So Mitch is a reliable source, and everything that he said is the truth, except for the exception of what he saw that day on the 8th and the 9th of September. That's the only thing. And it clearly, Candace Owens has said that 50-50, and she never said that Erika was plotting or of the assassination of her husband, Charlie Kirk. She never said that Erika Kirk was on the 9th. We were questioning about the 8th of her whereabouts. The thing that I want to mention too, which is it caught my eye, and I did not notice this when I talked about it, when Erika Kirk gave Candace Owens the text message and a picture of where she was at on that day. But when I looked at it closely, that little boy, because she covered the children's face, That little boy looks like he's like 3 or 4. Her son is still a toddler because if you remember in one of a TikTok video that she posted, of her son was in the crib and her daughter was singing to her son in the crib. He's still a toddler. He can barely walk right now. So who is that little boy? I just noticed that. Who is that little boy that she's covering? You see what I'm saying? It just looks really shady. And I'm going to read to you the thing she said. But it's worth saying, LOL, Erika wasn't in some Fort Tuscany. The internet has gone insane. She woke up next to Charlie, went to the office with Charlie all day, woke up from a nap before Fox hit, went to dinner with Charlie. Literally, people are lunatics. And this was the 9th. And again, we're not questioning the 9th, we're questioning the 8th, and she still haven't gave Candace Owens her alibi on the 8th. And it's been more than 24 hours. This is December 31st, and she still haven't, because Candace Owens hasn't posted anything. She hasn't made any clarification of Erika Kirk's whereabouts. So we still don't know. It's still undetermined. And again, who is that little boy? Because definitely it's not her son, unless her son ate some mighty, large spinach and he grew very fast. It looked like a 3 or 4-year-old. Okay, correct me if I'm wrong. Correct me if I'm wrong. Her son is still a toddler, barely walking yet. Okay, so who is those 2 children in that on that phone? I would like to know, because apparently that's not her son. Again, it just looks very shady. And again, it's not. I'm not saying that she has any involvement with the murder of her husband. What I'm saying is the things that she's doing is shady, is sneaky, she's lying, and none of it makes sense. None of it makes sense. That's what I'm saying. And it's just her behavior that she's doing doesn't make sense, and it seems questionable. And we have that right to ask that question. You know what I mean? Like the questions of her behavior, the question of the response that she's giving, the answers that she's giving out. And it doesn't make any sense. And why lie? Why lie? It just makes you look guilty. And I know she doesn't have to respond to anyone. People are lunatics. People are crazy. She don't want to deal with the white noise. Okay, that's fine. That's your easy route to say, because you just don't want to answer the tough questions that's given to you, and because we're going by what your actions and the behavior that you're doing. You understand? So I just don't understand this. Anyhow. And another thing that I want to mention too, Cabin Phillips' whereabouts. So apparently on September 4th and through September until September 11th, he took a vacation. Okay, he took a vacation. He was not on his morning show, The Daily Wire, and usually on his show is pre-recorded. Now, it seemed like he shaved off his beard, and then now he had a mustache, and now he's trying to grow out his beard, and now he's giving an alibi that he posted on X, opposed to reaching out to Candace, because Candace been reaching out to him multiple times to ask him his whereabouts. So that's just weird to me that he went on X to post his whereabouts, but you're not going to reach out to the person that's been reaching out to you for a number of times and to give your whereabouts, but you posted on X, which I thought was very weird. Now, he posted on X, like I said, and the thing that I did not know on the iPhone, and I was not aware of this, you can edit the time, pictures, and location to create an alibi. Isn't that wild? I never knew this. And it's so funny, they showed it on TikTok, an example. I believe Candace Owens did. Well, someone on someone's TikTok feed had Candace Owens' picture of her cat, and it showed step by step how you can edit something from 2017 and make it this year. The picture, the time, and the location to create an alibi. I never knew that. I never knew that was on, that you can do that on your iPhone. Isn't that clever? Now people can create fake alibis and say, see, I was here, and people will never know. You know what I mean? And obviously you cannot fool Candace Owens, because she knew that Cabot Phillips was full of bullshit. He was bullshitting, and correctly he was, because what he was sending was not really an alibi, it was a fake alibi, and he faked the whole thing. Now, If someone sent that to me, I would have known. I would have known, to be honest with you. I would have just take that person's word for it because they showed me on his phone. Now I know that people can create a fake alibi and pretend that they were somewhere else in 2025, opposed to that picture and that location was in 2024 or 2023. Isn't that something? That is some sneaky shit. Okay, sneaky shit. So, joke's on you, Cabot Phillips, because you can't fool Candace Owens, and she's on to you because that alibi that you created and you posted on X, you got busted because that was a fake alibi. And why lie? Again, where were you on the 8th of September? Excuse me. Yeah, the 8th of September. Where were you on the 8th? Why create a fake alibi? It just makes you look sus. It really does. It makes you look sus. Why create a fake alibi? Why post it on X opposed to reaching out to Candace Owens and giving her your real alibi? Because your show is pre-recorded. And you say you went on vacation, you shaved your beard and you grew your beard. You know, men who shave their beards, it takes a long time for it to grow back. Okay, you had a mustache and then you're trying to grow. It's not looking good. You look foolish. Again, the lies. When you lie, it catch up to you. It catch up to you. And the thing is, I don't understand. All these people are lying and no one's not holding them accountable. But they so quick to attack other people for telling the truth. Isn't that crazy? It's just so ass backwards. They're not even holding these people accountable. Cabot Phillips, Andrew Colvett, Erika Kirk, the people from Turning Point. No accountability, but it's okay for them to lie. But the people that's telling the truth, they're being attacked. How does that make sense? It doesn't make sense at all. It doesn't. It's just crazy. Make it make sense, because I don't understand this. And they're saying, they're telling us everything's a lie. Just like they say that COVID was a lie. Just like they said Joe Biden was the president. Well, he was the president, but Joe Biden was running the president when Sleepy Joe was not even capable of it because of his medical condition. They lied about Epstein files. There's a Democrat host. It's fake. There's nothing there. Epstein who? The Russian gates. Everything they're telling us, there's nothing there when they're all lying. And there's no accountability for the people that lie to us, the Americans, the public. But it's okay to attack other people that's telling the truth and trying to get to the truth. It doesn't make any sense. This whole and the thing is, they're so concerned about the wrong thing opposed to the investigation of Charlie Kirk. They're so concerned about the wrong stuff. And again, where is the concern about Charlie Kirk investigation? There's none of that. None of it. It's all about money and concerning about the wrong things instead of like the opposite. Again, it doesn't make any sense to me at all, at all. Anyhow, now I want to talk to you about the whole social media pressure. And it's tough. You know what I mean? I know for me, growing up, we didn't really have that much social media. We had, what you call it? Oh, it's the top of my head. Not Facebook at the time, MySpace. Okay, but that was, you know, it was popular. But at growing up, we just had, for me, hanging out with my friends, doing like, you know, little stuff like hanging out at a convenience store, getting candy, walking, talking, or, you know, meeting up in school and playing. We didn't really have social media. I really didn't even have a phone back in those days in the 90s. I really didn't. And we use a regular house phone. And if you want to like link up or, you know, hang out, we just use the phone. I use the house phone, call my friend, and then we hang out. They come over my house. I was not allowed to go to anyone else's house. They're allowed to come to my house because my parents were like old school. And we just hang out. Social media was not a big deal. It was not that much pressure, you know, with social media. However, you know, there was a lot of pressure, you know, trying to be popular in high school, trying to be popular in middle school, trying to fit into the crowd. Yes, that I experienced. However, not in that aspect of the social media, how teenagers are experiencing it now, especially high school students and middle school. And it's just a lot of pressure, you know what I mean, that you see young students, going on their phones all day, every day, and it can disrupt your brain. It can just distract you, and then there's no family time. There's no gathering. There's nothing because the kids are always constantly on their phones all the time, and they see things and thinking that it's cool that they want to mimic or be that particular person because what they see on social media is very cool, but they don't realize what it's doing to our kids. And I don't have kids yet, but I've seen how it affects young kids right now. You know what I mean? They're constantly on their phone. They can't put it down. They have to see what's the next best thing, who's popular, what's good, what's not good, and they can't even put it down. And if you take their phone away from them, it's like the world is going to end for them. Like they can't live without their phones. And I'm saying to myself, you can live without your phones. We all have done it in our life. We were okay without having cell phones in our hands constantly. You know what I mean? We made it through. I feel like a cell phone is a necessity for emergencies or for things when things happen. But to be constantly on your phone all the time through social media, it can rot your brain. What are you learning? What are you retaining? Absolutely nothing in my eye. I just feel like social media is just a waste for young kids, and it can backfire too. People can get bullied. Obviously, there's bully online. People can think that certain things are cool. Like for example, there's a young teenager mom, and she posts this on her page on TikTok, and she poured water on her baby and thinking that's cool. Now, I'm not saying every young teenager mom will do that to their child, but you have some who sees this, imitate this, thinking that this is cool to do to a baby, which is not cool. And then she's telling people, mind your business, mind your business. It's none of your business. It is people's business because you posted it on social media for the whole world to see, to get clicks and likes. How disgusting is that? To get clicks and likes. She's disgusting. She has no business being a mom. You know what I mean? No business. And whoever the parent that's in charge of the teenager mom should take that kid away from her and let her be a teenager because apparently she's just doing this for money. She's doing it for clicks and likes. And to me, it's just, that's not a parenting. You don't throw water on a baby that's sleeping and you startle her and she's scared and crying because you pour water on her. Who does that to get clicks and likes? And TikTok allowed this too. People should be calling CPS on this young woman and take that baby away from her because clearly she doesn't know how to be a mom. Clearly she thinks this is funny. Clearly she says it's no one's business, but she's making it our business. You're making it my business because you put it on social media. And I know that we should just swipe and not look at it. But if it keeps popping up, it is my business. If you want it private, then don't post it on social media. That's what she should have done because she would have put it private. No one would have ever known about this. So take a look of this young mother pouring water on her baby, her daughter, while her daughter was sleeping. It's just utterly disgusting. Take a look.
A young mother, desperate to go viral, poured water on her 11-month-old baby to wake her up and treated the child's crying as entertainment. This wasn't the first time she did it. The baby was completely asleep with no defense at all. The moment the water hit her, she jolted awake, crying.
Oh, what just happened here? Oh, I'm sorry, guys. I didn't know what just happened. Hold on. Maybe just pause. It just stopped. Okay, let me try this again. I'm sorry, guys. I have no idea what just happened. Okay, let's put this on pause. Let me just move this back. Sorry, guys. I have no idea what just happened here. Let's just go back here. Okay, let's just try this again. I have no idea why it just froze on me. Gotta love technology, right? Sometimes it's just a hit or a miss. So we're gonna try this again. Let's go. Oh, don't know what's happening here. What is going on? Okay, so I'm just gonna put this back. I bring it back up because I don't know what's going on. But the whole point of this video of this young TikTok mom posting this is why Australia, Florida, among other states, are banning TikTok until you're legal age, until you're 18. Because just imagine if a young mom, saw this, thinking that this is funny, this is cool, just to get likes, just to go viral, and you're startling your daughter while she's sleeping. It's utterly disgusting. And this is why TikTok is being banned, and most social media is being banned, because it's just too much. And it's not healthy to be on your phone constantly swiping, like you're addicted to it. You know what I mean? It just do a lot of damage. It does a lot of good. It doesn't do a lot of good, be on your phone all the time. But take a listen to Australia, and I'm all for this. Thank God. Thank God somebody has some sense of banning this. I know some teenagers are not happy about it, but you'll be just fine, okay? Play with your friends, okay? Go on walks. Spend time with your family. You don't need to be constantly on your phone. You know what I mean? You're not going to die. You will survive. It's like we survived without internet, without social media, before it got popular, it got big. You'd be just okay. You think that your life is over. Trust me, your life is not over. It's not a big of a deal. It's not. So I'm all for it. I'm all for the banning in TikTok in Australia, Florida, among other states. Because it needs to happen. It's just getting too much. Young kids are on their phone constantly. But take a listen to this news about Australia banning TikTok.
Australia, where a landmark social media ban for young teenagers started today.
Millions of accounts were deactivated, with the tech companies on the hook for enforcing the ban. Here's senior business and tech correspondent Jolene Kent.
In the land down under, millions of kids' social media profiles are going dark today as Australia's new social media ban takes effect for anyone under.
So, due to law in Australia, soon people under 16 will no longer be able to use social media. Under 16. So, if you're under 16, no more social media until you're older. That's it. I'm all for it. I'm sorry. I know people are going to be hating, but I'm all for it because social media is it's just too much, to be honest with you. I'm sorry, you guys. Now this is happening again. What is going on here? Am I being punked? I'm sorry. Let me remove this. Okay, and then put this back on. See if you please. This is just absolutely crazy. Okay, this is happening again. I am so sorry for the technical difficulties. Let me try to pull up this young mother on TikTok again, see hopefully it plays. Let's see. Let's go. Again, I don't know what's happening, you guys. Having difficulties here. And it's not playing. I have no idea what's happening here. And I do apologize, you guys. I really do. So let me show you the second footage of the whole TikTok ban. So take a listen. Hopefully this video will work.
The house divided. She's all for limiting her kids' time on social media. Her oldest, 13-year-old son, Mike Tucker, not so much.
I think it's good to limit the amount of time that they're on social media. I don't know what videos and information they have access to, so I think it's good, to kind of cut them off. But not only that, also maybe give them some more time to spend with each other and not just have their face buried.
Exactly.
We shouldn't have this one thing that is like taking up and sucking up so much of people's times. It's not healthy.
Senator Schuyler Van Valkenburg introduced the bill that will become law January 1st in Virginia, limiting social media time to 1 hour per platform per day for teens under 16, unless those teens get parental consent to get more screen time.
We are going to see kids on these apps less, and we are going to.
Yeah, I agree. I think that it should be limited. It should be time, just like, for young toddlers not toddlers, but young kids to watch TV. That should be limited too. I don't think a child should be watching TV all day, and it just rots their brain. They're not getting any education of watching TV constantly. It should be like playing with other kids or have an imaginary friend and stuff like that, opposed to watching TV all day, especially being buried on the phone all day. It's just a waste. You know what I mean? You're not doing anything productive, but just being on your phone constantly. And the most important thing is having family time, family time. So let me go back to putting this on the thing to see if it actually works. If not, I do apologize. And it's not. So I do apologize, you guys. I don't know what's happening here and why it's not playing. And it's just crazy. Anyway, maybe it's just not meant for me to show it to you guys, and I do apologize for that. And I just don't want to waste your time. I don't know what's the issue here or why it's not working, but it sucks and I'm annoyed. But you know what? Show must go on, and I can't dwell on it. It is what it is. It's not working, and hopefully the next time I will show it to you guys. And again, I do apologize. But before I let you go, because it is New Year's Eve, and I don't want to hold you up too long, and I just wanted to, soften everything, because everything was just so heavy and it was a lot. And 2025 was a lot for us to deal with, and a lot of things has happened in 2025. And I just want to share this video with you, which I absolutely love, and it's so funny. And this video was back on 2017, and until this day, it's funny. And I love this reporter because he is just outspoken, and he just have balls for saying this, asking this question, and it's like there's no holdback, there's no pushback. Excuse me. And I just like when he say, "What? Are you gay?" And the video went viral. Everyone keeps talking about it, and I don't know the guy's name, but he was on Piers Morgan show this year, and it was just hilarious, and it's just so funny. So I just wanted to have like a laugh, a little chuckle, and show you this video. And this is the last video that I'm going to share with you guys. So before I head off, and excuse me, I just got choked in my throat. And so we can welcome the new year. So take a listen to this video. Hopefully this will work. It is funny. It is hilarious.
This morning, one of the gay rights activists, Mr. Should I call you Mr.? Pepe Julian Onzima. Thank you for coming in. Good morning. Why are you gay?
Who says I'm gay?
You are gay. How can I describe you?
I'm a human rights defender, currently focusing on LGBTI issues. Just for the record, I am not a gay rights activist. I believe there's nothing like gay rights. There is human rights.
Now we're looking at the raging debate. You're a gay rights activist. Why should someone be gay?
Gay people are born that way. They are born gay because you tend to realize yourself as or find out these changes in you when you're a child.
You were initially male or female?
Female.
The sex that was assigned to me at birth was female.
And you opted to become male. Are you dating any female?
Yes, I am.
Doesn't that make you gay?
What do you mean, doesn't that make me gay? I am male and attracted to a female.
You're a female attracted to a female.
So who is gay?
I just love it. Straightforward interview. This man is just funny. And this interview was in Waganya. Hopefully I'm saying it correctly. It's funny. You're not born gay, okay? I don't know why she said that. She's a female. I'm just gonna say this. She's a female, and she likes other female. She's not a male, okay? Even though she wants to be a male and she chose to be a male, that again, that's her right. It's not my right. My thing to judge. It's up to God. It's up to God to judge, not me. But I just want to say I'm not going to identify her as a man because God made her as a woman, not a man. She doesn't have a penis. She has breasts and a vagina. And that's all I'm going to say about that. Thank you so much for joining me live, you guys. I really appreciate you. Happy New Year. Stay safe. Happy, joy, health. And let's bring in the new year of 2026 with prosperity and love and kindness to one another. And I will see you guys on the next live. Take care and God bless. And again, Happy New Year, everyone, and take care.